Today we go back in time to 2011. June 2011 in fact, and Jeff Jarrett, after selling TNA, has bought Pro Wrestling Guerrilla. With a roster of some of the best up-and-coming stars, like a 21-year-old Adam Cole, we've got Brian Cage, Candice LeRae, Chris Hero's only 31, a legendary indie wrestler, Claudio, who is, by the way, the PWG champion. We've got Eddie Edwards, who's a star, El Generico, before he moved on to things in NXT. We've got, of course, Jeff Jarrett. Jeremy Buck, he looks familiar, doesn't he? Yes, that is one of the young Bucks, Nick Jackson. And I think if we go a little bit further, we got Max Buck, Matt Jackson. They are currently the PWG Tag Team Champions. Kyle O'Reilly, the list is so big. Ricochet, Roderick Strong, we got Scorpio Sky. So many incredible wrestlers on this roster already. But in the world of wrestling, PWG find themselves as a small company in 14th place as the 14th biggest company in the world. Of course, WWE being the largest, with TNA being the second biggest, New Japan in third. So our ultimate goal is to try and take PWG from just that small indie wrestling company that everybody loved in the 2010s into something a lot bigger. Can we potentially do that? That's what this series is going to be all about. So playing as Jeff Jarrett, we can then own and book the company itself and try and build PWG into the force that we need it to be. Obviously, things like NXT is going to crop up at some point in the future. TNA is still massive. Whether we can sign some of the world's best up-and-coming stars that are not at PWG. Hello, Kenny Omega. How are you? Yes, Kenny Omega is currently employed by New Japan on Just a Handshake deal and DDT, Just a Handshake deal and CWE, which I've never heard of. He is 28 years of age and he is absolutely phenomenal for a PWG roster. He is quality. He doesn't have the best popularity yet, but in the Southwest, where we are based, it's still his highest popularity other than when you look at Canada or Japan. So I think this could be a very good first signing. Another man I've got my eye on is Johnny Gargano. He's 23 years of age and he's currently only employed by a handful of indie wrestling companies in the US. And I'd like to think that we can bring him in and build him up to be a future star as well, before, of course, he moves on to developmental like he did in real life. His skills right now, he is definitely quality, but he is obviously very young and he needs to earn that respect and build up what we know is one of the best in the world. Speaking of the best in the world, of course, CM Punk is on this database, but he is currently the WWE Champion. Now, this actual database is a mod created for Total Extreme Wrestling 2020 as the Summer of Punk. That's why we start in June 2011. The Summer of Punk is about to begin, and CM Punk is about to become the WWE Champion. So, obviously, if you ever want to play this, it's Grey Dog Software website. You can download this mod just by typing in that. Instead of going down the WWE route, I did toy with going maybe FCW, which will then turn into NXT at some point, where we have the likes of Seth Rollins, for instance. I thought we'd start somewhere else, and PWG is where we are going to go. We're basically going to try and create AEW from the ground up and try and rival WWE, and CM Punk, maybe he will become one of ours at some point. So before I give you a brief introduction into the world of wrestling on this game, on this mod, let's take a look at what we have to offer right now. So at PWG, we don't have any franchise players, but we've got a couple of next big things, including Adam Cole, Ryan Taylor, and Jeremy Buck. We got a few hot prospects as well, Adam Cole being the top one of that, Brian Cage, El Generico, Peter Avalon, and Ryan Taylor as well. Talk the talk. Of course, Jeff Jarrett is incredible on the microphone. He is going to kind of be a bit of a mouthpiece as well. We're going to be using him in angles and stuff like that. We got Kevin Steen. We've got Kevin Owens. So we got Kevin Owens before he moved to NXT. This is amazing. We got Showstoppers, Kevin Owens, Paul London, or Kevin Steen. I'm going to keep calling Kevin Steen. Claudio. I might never actually use Joey Ryan because of obvious reasons. Ring Generals. We got Chris Hero, Davey Richards, Claudio, Paul London, and Roderick Strong. Obviously, we got no who's hot or who's not because we haven't really booked anything yet. and no hidden gems as of yet either. Let's take a look at the Power 500 then. AJ Styles is considered to be the best wrestler in the world right now. Unfortunately, we won't be able to sign him because he is on an exclusive written contract, I believe, by TNA, as you can see there. John Cena second, there's CM Punk, Randy Orton. Chris Jericho actually doesn't have... he's on hiatus, so you can actually employ him, but he is currently unemployed. It might be something, if I notice he comes back into wrestling, we look to bring in. As is Dave Bautista, to be fair. We've got Shinsuke Nakamura, who's currently in New Japan, placed in 7th. Undertaker there in 8th. Kurt Angle in his days with the beard, of course, at TNA. How good was he in TNA, by the way? Absolutely insane. Sheamus, just starting to break into the WWE, I believe. We've got The Miz also there. There's a few of these names that you might recognize. There's Seth Rollins, or known as Tyler Black. He is currently employed by FCW on a developmental deal, exclusive written, so you cannot approach him, but he is probably the best that they have. So looking at Pro Wrestling Guerrilla right now, we have, of course, Jeff Jarrett as the owner and the booker. We've got no figurehead star, but we do have Eddie Edwards as a star, Max Buck, Jerry Buck, Paul London, and Joey Ryan. Again, we probably won't use him. But let's take a look at popularity. That's kind of what I want to see next. Now, we're currently based in the Southwest, so all of the shows that we'll be doing is in the Southwest of the US, and that's where we are most popular right now at 40, the rest around the 20 mark. So we are currently a size small, which has achieved 35 popularity in your home region, which we've got 40. But if we want to get to the next size of medium, which means we could potentially start doing some exclusive written contracts, nailing these guys down to just our company, so there's no threat of them being taken away from us, we need to get to medium size really to start bringing in some revenue of broadcasters. Because really the internet's not around at this point. When you actually play like a modern database, you can use like internet places which actually distribute wrestling. But we don't really have that option right now. We're still using sort of TV stuff. So medium achieved 59 popularity in your home region of the Southwest, plus 35 in either Mid-South or Northwest region, which is kind of like the ones next to it where they feed out. So that's what we really need to do. And we need to do that by putting on good shows and bringing in and building some stars. Stars like Pac, who we have brought in very early on, 24 years of age. He is insanely good on this game. Of course, aerial and flashiness is almost maximum. He's going to be amazing. We've brought him in as a heel, but he's not the only one. Kenny Omega has joined. Yes. Which I'm absolutely buzzing with. And straight away, of course, we started off a team with Kenny Omega, with the Bucks, and maybe with somebody else. Adam Page, another guy, 19 years of age. He's so young on this, but he's still decent. He isn't as good as the other two that we've just seen, but he has that star quality. He has that potential, hopefully, that we can bring him in, and he will do really well. So that's 3 fantastic signings that we've already brought into this PWG roster, and we do have a show to book very soon. Now, our events that you can see, we are only running a monthly show. Now, what I'm going to try and do for this series going forward is I need to assess how long it's going to take me to do a show and show you what I need to show you, basically. So I'm not quite sure how many we're going to do per show, but hopefully we get into a rhythm. And like, this is one of the first times I've played this version of the game. So I played 2016. I haven't really played 2020. It's been a long time. So if you have any tips and pointers that you're seeing me do stuff wrong, please let me know down in the comments, because your help will help me make this series better. Okay, we got to the show. There's a couple of backstage incidents going on there. Scorpio Sky and Paul London. Let's see. Scorpio Sky was brought to wrestler's court, accused of forgetting to shake another worker's hand. Tell me, honestly, right? So I'm in the wrestling business myself, and when I go to shows and you don't shake other wrestlers' hands, it seemed as disrespectful. So there we go. That's fine, though. Roderick Strong and Paul London as well. Is this wrestler's court? Yep, he is accused failing to pick up his share of the tab. Oh my God. Roderick. What are you doing, Roderick? Small positive impact. Oh, that's good. Oh, at least he's got a positive impact, I guess. Right, okay. It's time to book the show. Who's absent from today, though? Kenny Omega's currently working for New Japan. Here's a problem. And Pac is currently working for Dragon Gate. Great, so I've signed 2 new people, and it looks like they're never going to be available. Okay, so I've almost booked this show, but I thought I'd run through the last parts for you so you can kind of understand how it's booked, but I did quite a lot of it because it does take some time. So we're going to start things off with an angle from Jeff Jarrett. He's basically going to come out, welcome everybody to the arena, and of course, he has just bought the company, so it'll be a nice introduction as the opener. We then have the Fighting Taylor Boys versus the Rock Ness Monsters, and that is Brian Cage and Chuck Taylor versus these 2 guys here, the Rock Ness Monsters, with Brian going over. We then have Generation Me, the Bucks, basically, versus El Generico and Paul London. And this I've got in the Road Agents as a high spots match. Hopefully by now the crowd will be warmed up, and that's what you need, because these guys are good high flyers. Jerry Buck is also going to take a stunt bump, which he was okay with doing, but El Generico is going to get the victory. And after that, Generation Me is going to beat down El Generico and his tag team partner Paul London in the next segment for the next 5 minutes. Then Adam Page and TJ Perkins is going to come out and have our match. Adam Cole versus Rocky Romero after. Adam Cole is going to pick up the win, but he is then going to do an angle after because he actually got a bit of a tainted win, but we'll look at that as it happens. Then we got a triple threat match, which I'm quite excited with. Kevin Steen versus Willie Mack versus Roderick Strong. We're keeping Roderick strong, but Kevin Steen's going to pick up the win over Willie Mack. Then it's Ricochet versus Scorpio Sky. Now this match again is another high spots match, and that's kind of what PWG's thing is around. One thing I noticed that we are struggling with is baby faces. We don't have a lot of them. So what I might need to do is actually put Jeff Jarrett in a match today. So we're going to do that. But we do have an angle before that with Claudio, who is our champion, and Eddie Edwards, kind of hyping up the main event because that is what's going to be our main event. So we'll do a match now. We'll do a one-on-one, and it's going to be Jeff Jarrett, who of course is a babyface here, and he is considered a major star. I might as well use him because for right now we don't have a lot of faces left. If I check on faces only, we only have Jarrett, Eddie Edwards, who we're going to use, and Brandon Gatson, who is unimportant to the fans. So for right now, I don't want to do anything like that, but what I might do is put Brandon Gatson and Kyle O'Reilly in a match because I don't think I'm using Kyle O'Reilly yet. So it's going to be Jeff Jarrett versus Chris Hero. Now, this match is with 2 guys who are very technical, because if you take a look, well, actually, to be fair, he's not that technical, Chris Hero. I thought he should be a lot more technical. Jeff Jarrett, on the other hand, if we take a look at him, he's quite good at everything other than, I guess, aerial and flashiness. He's not all there, but he's got the experience and the psychology to pull off a kind of match with Chris Hero. So we're going to go with that. That's going to be a decent match. Let's do that for like 15 minutes maybe. We've got Super Dragon as the road agent, and the road agent notes, I am Jeff Jarrett, so I'm not going to pick up the win. Chris Hero is going to be the victor there, and we're going to be, should we work the crowd? I guess we could work the crowd because the aim of that is to get the fans involved and engaged. The workers concentrate more on the audience. Yeah, this is a good way of getting the fans primed for more exciting matches. That's what's going to happen there at the end. But yeah, I'm okay with that. Both of them are good enough to call in the ring, I guess, because they both have very decent psychology, so they could do that. I think that's a good option there. So let's see, is that one? They're all going to be happy with that? They are indeed, so that's decent. Let's go back. We'll push this one all the way up to the top. I wish there was a way you could just... Maybe there is. Maybe there is. But I've booked it like opposite. Oh, no. Oh, no. Am I doing this right now? Yeah. Yeah, so I need to book this the opposite way. I need to do main event first and then make my way down. It doesn't matter. Actually, what I might do is put the Claudio Castagnoli and Eddie Edwards angle right before their match. So I do want to put Kyle O'Reilly a match before. So let's do that and put Kyle O'Reilly in a really short match, I think will be the best way of going about it. So Kyle O'Reilly there against Brandon Gatson, who I don't really know who he is, to be fair. If he's somebody who is actually quite important, obviously in the future, if he works by a different name, do let me know. But he doesn't look that good. His psychology is 54. He's not bad. Kyle O'Reilly's slightly better. Psychology is 60. And I do want Kyle O'Reilly to go over as well. So let's keep it at like an 8-minute match. It's surprising. You think like 8 minutes is not very long at all. It is when you're in there, trust me. I don't think I've had... I think I've had one singles matches which has gone close to 15 minutes. Other than that, like it's very difficult. Very difficult. And what I might do... Oh, I don't know whether to script it or not. Well, see, when you script it, or maybe a slow... No, I can't do a slow build because that's... I think slow build would be the best to do. Let's script it because I'm not quite sure how good this guy is. So we'll book that segment there and we'll pop that after the tag match, which opens the card. Then Generation Me has 2 matches before it then, which will help build the crowd for that event, for that spectacle that we have there. Okay, so we're going to add the final match, and it is going to be for the PWG Heavyweight Championship, and it is going to be Eddie Edwards, bang, against Claudio Castagnoli. There we go. Whose contract does run out soon. I don't know whether it is because he then goes on to WWE. I'm not quite sure, so we do need to get the belt off of him. Possibly, we could do that tonight. It's going to be a 22-minute match. Let's go a 22-minute match there because it's going to be our spectacle, our main event. What are they both really good at? Let's have a look. Skills, technical there. That's decent. That's a high technical wrestler there. 71 from our standards anyway. And skills, technical is 72. So I think that's perfect for what I want to do. The victor is going to be Eddie Edwards. We have ourselves a new champion, and we are going to do a technical masterclass here. So that's good. Requires at least 15 minutes of ring time. That's fine. And we have a slow build into it. There we go. The workers should pace the match so that it begins slowly and works up. That's decent. Now, where is the title on the line? There it is, the PWG World Championship. And Claudio's actually okay. Normally, like, you get them annoyed that they're losing. Claudio is absolutely fine with it. What I might actually do, because he's being quite okay with it, I might still make him strong. Because I don't know whether I will be signing him on. I need to actually discuss that with him, I guess. So if we go forward, if we go back to the road agents, we can actually keep him strong. So we keep strong there. We keep Claudio strong to be kept strong. So even though he's losing the belt, he looks strong. I think this is a fantastic show. Let's go to book analysis. You'll be penalised for not having any matches that were aimed at steal the show. Of course, right, we need a steal the show match. That's got to be Ricochet and Scorpio Sky. That's got to be, surely, because they are both really, really good at that. So where is the steal the show? Here is the steal the show. Okay, so instead of the high spot steal the show, workers try and put on the best match possible to steal the show. A receptive crowd can eat up these sort of matches. The pressure of trying to steal the show can cause the wrestlers to try too hard, become inconsistent. Okay. The same means that the all-out match is automatically used. Oh, that's fine. Okay. It's going to be a quick, clean finish, though. But I think that should be fine. Book analysis. What else have we got? No announcers are assigned, but they're not necessary. I was going to say, we don't actually need any. Rocky Romero's being used too much on this show. Willie Mack's being used too much. Adam Cole's being used far too much on this show. Super Dragon's being completely overloaded with the road agent, or we don't have another road agent, so we need to deal with that for a bit. And Patrick Hernandez. Okay, so I need to go through and make sure I don't overuse some of these people. Brilliant. I've gone through and I've managed to clear every single other thing there, which was a problem. So I've made myself, as Jeff Jarrett, a road agent, given some help there, took some time off of people's show time. We still are way within 13 seconds, 149. This is good. Okay, let's book this show. So we start things off with the Jeff Jarrett angle. We are just welcoming the crowd, of course, a 47 segment rating there. So that's what we need to look for anybody that's new to this. We need to look for the segment rating, and everything that I was talking about before is what leads to that. So starting things off, that's a very good segment, and he enjoyed the freedom. Well, I enjoyed the freedom of going off script and performing well. By the way, Jeff Jarrett's podcast with Conrad Thompson, I love it. I hated Jeff Jarrett before, and I actually quite like him now. Okay, so the next part of this, a 42 rating again. That's not too bad. Johnny Umta got a lot of static from vocal crowd who clearly weren't impressed, and Johnny Goodtime was really off his game. These two aren't as good, but we had Brian Cage go over, and the match got the crowd hotter. That's exactly what we needed to happen. The next match, 44, and again it got the crowd hotter, which is perfect. A pretty vocal crowd, didn't seem particularly thrilled with seeing Brandon Gatson. He's quite new, I'm guessing, but by pinfall, Kyle O'Reilly defeated him 8-0-3. That's fantastic. So a 47 rating there from Kyle O'Reilly and 35 from Brandon Gatson. He will increase his popularity in due time, but obviously right now, no. 73! Hello! Oh my god, this is amazing. A little too short, but that's fine. Okay, so Max Buck had a rating of 66, Jeremy had a 73, Paul London 73, and El Generico a 65, the lowest out of the three. Jeremy and Max Buck showed excellent chemistry with the brothers, so yeah, and got a good tag team specialist bonus. Jeremy Buck took a stunt bump during this match. The match was a little too short for an important match in the eyes of the audience, but that is unbelievable. El Generico pinned Jeremy Buck with a 450 splash. That's obviously pinning the tag team champions, but the title was not on the line. That might be something that we look forward to next. Can we see the notes there? So the aim, the dirt sheet. Sorry, that's what we need to look at. Just see where it kind of lost stuff, I guess. Oh, it seems to be all right. We seem to be that was very well booked. I must say, very well booked. Okay. After that, we had a beatdown. That got a 42 rating from Generation Me. So that's good. I like that. Nice and easy. Just beating them down after they lost. Of course, their tag team champions. Their ego was damaged. Let's go forward then. That's 43 rating. So this is where the match was poorly placed. The crowd was already hot and didn't need working. Annoying. I should have remembered that I needed to put something before that, but never mind. Okay, Adam Page had an in-ring performance of 41. TJ Perkins, who we had a match against, he defeated Adam Page by submission after 10-20. Remember, Adam Page is so young right now. So young. But that's fine. Arrogant heel gimmick. It got an initial rating of adequate. Oh, that's good. Okay. Next off, Adam Cole. 33 rated. He's supposed to be really good on the mic. I guess we just got to build him up popularity-wise before he can get better ratings. But that's what we need to do because he is good on the mic. His match, though, a 47 rated. That's fine. The fans were turned off by the finish of the match. That's because it was using the ropes for leverage, Adam Cole, you little cheat. Non-existent crowd heat. Ooh, it's still got a good rating, though. Rocky Romero got a 51 there. That might lead to something in the future. A 49 rated triple threat match. Didn't have much heat. Kevin Steen defeated Willie Mack and Roderick Strong 12.28. When Kevin Steen pinned Willie Mack with a package pile driver. In terms of in-ring work, Kevin Steen with head and shoulders above the rest. He got a 64. Willie Mack got a 34 and 54 for Roderick Strong. Pretty vocal crowd. Wasn't thrilled with seeing Willie Mack. He was off his game. Kevin Steen benefited from having the groundswell of public support. The match was poorly placed. Okay. Right. These are all things I need to learn. A 45 rated match next, Ricochet and Scorpio Sky. That's not good because this is what we wanted to be the show stealer. I picked the wrong one, obviously. Just a 45 rated match. Ricochet had an in-ring performance of 48. Scorpio Sky had an in-ring performance of 42. He was off his game, but this match got the crowd buzzing. That's good. That's very good. And right after that, oh, here we go. Match was a little too short for an important match. Match was poorly placed. Didn't need working. Right, okay. The Death Blow. Chris Hero defeated Jeff Jarrett ourselves. Jeff Jarrett only had a 40. This is why I need to employ more. He's probably rusty, I guess. No, he's off his game. They didn't click either. But Chris Hero had a 58. This is why I need to just really use Jeff Jarrett as like an on-screen mic guy, kind of like a commissioner type role and just a road agent. You got a 44 rate, but that's fine. Oh my God, what? Why is this so low? It cooled the crowd. The lack of anything interesting happening in the segment was a problem. So I left it as like a freestyle angle. I guess it didn't work. Okay, that's not great. And they had a 54 rated match, which is decent. I'm guessing if the crowd was a lot hotter, it would have been better. And about that had great wrestling and a decent crowd reaction. So if we had a hotter crowd, it might have been a little bit better. The Die Hard driver, Eddie Edwards, wins the PWG World title. Eddie Edwards had an in-ring performance of 59. Claudio an in-ring performance of 63. Overall, then, we got a 50 rated. Now, it did increase our thing by 1. That's good. Now, what we need to aim for is have a show overall rating which is higher than our popularity. And I think our popularity was in the 40s, was it? So we need to get it above 50s, which is, you know, where we got it. But, I mean, that Generation Me match, I cannot believe. The show increased our popularity in one region. The show appeared worse because our music department was worse. Yeah, we need to work on all that. But for now, that's a good start. That's a very good start. And I think in the speech, we need to praise the likes of Max Buck, Jeremy Buck, and El Generico. They did really well, so we need to point them out as a good example or praise for a great performance. I think that's what we need to do there. Make that speech. So Max Buck was pleased, so was Jeremy, and so was El Generico. Fantastic start. Just looking at our finances on the first week of the next month, that show alone, obviously because it's the only show we put on that month, gained us $47,000. So at least we're in profit. That's the main thing. Okay, we're at our second show. We signed some more people, some baby faces. So let's take a look. We've got an angle to start things off with Claudio Castagnoli. Obviously, he has just lost his title belt. So he's going to kick things off with a bit of a promo. Not giving him a script or anything like that. Let him be whatever he wants to say. Johnny Gargano versus Adam Page is going to be the first match to kick things off. The reason for that is Gargano and Page's popularity is quite low, especially in the Southwest region, but they're both really good, so I think we give them a little bit of time. We give Gargano the win here, and we put them over and try and build them for future stuff. The Fighting Taylor Boys 2, which is Chuck and Ryan Taylor versus the Rock Nest Monsters. That's going to be a Fighting Taylor Boys 2 win. Kenny Omega is available for this, and he's going to hype his match against Matt Cross. So Kenny Omega versus Matt Cross there. That should be a good match as well. Kenny Omega is going to get the win. Matt Cross, new signing. We also have a new signing here. The Kings of Wrestling, which is Claudio and Kevin Steen, of course, one of the best independent tag team wrestlers, or wrestling tag teams, especially in this century. And then we have Colt Cabana and Eddie Edwards teaming up. Of course, Eddie Edwards is the new champion, so that's going to be a nice little tag match that we got there. Colt Cabana is going to take the pinfall on his debut to Claudio to still show that he is a big winner, and that's going to be a good match, but with a slow pace, so that should be good. Then we have an angle with Kevin Steen and Rocky Romero, which then leads into a match with Kevin Steen should be picking up the win there against Rocky Romero. Then an Adam Cole and Scorpio Sky promo where we're actually going to turn Scorpio Sky. So I prepared him for a turn. We need more baby faces. Scorpio Sky works better as a baby face anyway. That is going to lead into a match where Scorpio Sky is going to pick up the win. I haven't looked at booking analysis yet, so we might have to go through and change some things. But let's book the last couple of matches because there is another couple of matches and one angle that I want to put in. So it's going to be a singles match, and it's going to be TJ Perkins versus Roderick Strong. So TJ Perkins, a good babyface, Roderick Strong, a good heel. We're going to give Roderick Strong the win in this one. Let's go for 13 minutes there. We've got Rick Knox quite often, I think. Let's go with Jeff Jarrett as the road agent. So the winner is going to be Roderick Strong. We are going to not do anything to the crowd, I think, because at this point they should be into the match anyway. That should be good, and I think we can keep strong TJ Perkins because he is very good, to be fair, at this point. So are they happy with that? They are happy with that. That's good. I've done it now so that I've changed it so it goes up instead of down, so whatever we're booking would be the main event. Okay, angle. This is going to be a bit of a hype video, a 2-on-2, and that is for the Young Bucks, or whatever they're called now. So it's not Matt Cross, Max Buck. There we go. Generation Me is what they're called it. And Jeremy Buck. There we go. Against El Generico and his tag team partner, Paul London. And that is going to be a 3-minute video hype package because that is going to be our main event today, so you can't really change anything on that. That's absolutely fine. We'll book that segment, and finally that match. Let's book that match then. So it's going to be a 2-on-2 contest, of course. Generation Me versus El Generico and Paul London. I just can't say their name. I'm so sorry, but I don't know how to actually say their name. I do need more babyface though, because People like Davey Richards I haven't used for a while yet. Again, I'm not going to use Joey Ryan. What I could actually do, to be fair, I could put Davey Richards and Willie Mack in a match. I could do that. I don't think they've had a match yet. Maybe I won't. I won't do that just yet. This is going to be an important match. So we put the titles on the line. We give them this. Let's go for a 20-minute match. The victor. Let's start this first. So we need to steal the show. We're going to steal the show. That is going to be the event, the match that is going to steal the show. It's going to be an open match as well. Decisive win. I'm not going to put that actually in there. But Jeremy Buck is going to get the win. And I think I'm going to ask him to do another stunt. A stunt bump. Because that seemed to work last time. I think he should be okay with it. He is okay with it. That's good. Okay, so steal the show. The match is to be open. Let's actually put the loss on, not Generico, on Paul London. I think Generico's popularity is a little bit higher, so maybe if we protect him from that, let's do Jarrett for that. Everybody happy with that? They are happy with that. That's fantastic. Okay, booking analysis then. What have we got here? So the other ones that are not necessary, we don't need to worry about. But Romero's being used too much, so's Adam Cole, and so's Matt Cross, but only slightly. So with that match with Matt Cross, we can lower his match down from 14 to 13. That might get rid of it. It did get rid of it. So Rocky Romero's being used far too much. Oh, that's a shame. So he's in an angle with Kevin Steen. So let's lower that down. Oh, I don't really want to lower the match. Maybe I need to just take him out of the angle, possibly. So I tell you what we could do is put Rocky Romero off screen. That's what we'll do. Can we do that? So we need to take him off this and put him on overness. So he's off screen, so he shouldn't be bothered too much now. So it is literally just the Adam Cole segment. They just really don't like Adam Cole, do they? But I guess that's because Adam Cole's doing a promo and a match. So if we take that one down to 2 minutes there, and does that get rid of it? No, he's still being used too much on the show, so it is the match as well. We'll bring the match down to 11 minutes, and that should get rid of it, surely. It does get rid of it. Fantastic. Okay. This should be a good match. The only absent workers that we have here was Pac and Ricochet because Dragon Gate was running tonight, but that's going to happen every now and then. That's fine. For now, we don't have any storylines, but this is going to be our card. Right, let's go. Right, so we start things off. Claudio only gets a 23 on the mic. Doesn't have any interesting to say again. That's annoying. I see other people just use like an open freestyle segment, and they do really well with it. I guess he just needs to be better on the mic. Okay, the first match, 49. Gargano and Page. Well happy with that. Vocal crowd didn't seem thrilled seeing Adam Page, and Johnny Gargano seemed off his game. Johnny Gargano's debuted his old face school gimmick. This rating of awful. We need to change his gimmick then. That's fine. But other than that, I'm happy with that because it's better than this one. 38. The match got the crowd hotter. It's good. 31-26. They're really bad. Chuck Taylor's decent though. So is Ryan Taylor. He's not bad. 38 rate, and I'm happy with that, to be fair. Johnny, so they defeated the Fighting Taylor boys, and Johnny Yuma pinned Chuck Taylor. Kenny Omega, a 31 rated promo, got the crowd hotter. He benefited from having a groundswell of public support, and he got the crowd, well, using the freedom to improvise. So that he's good on the mic, so that's what I need to remember. So he was obviously talking about his match with Matt Cross. That match got a 52 rating. Kenny Omega was off his game. That's rare, isn't it? He defeated with an Ayo Shudu, which I don't know what that is. Obviously, the One-Winged Angel wasn't invented back then. Unless it's the exact same move. He just hasn't actually, named it that. Matt Cross got a 55 rating. That's a good signing. For Matt Cross is so cheap as well. Right. 70 rated. Good God. 70 rated. Claudio was the lowest on a 58 too. Chris Hero had an in-ring of 72. 63 for Eddie Edwards. Colt Cabana, 69. Debuted his fun babyface gimmick. A Russian rating of poor. That could get better, though, to be fair. Match a little too short for an important match. Right, okay. They had great chemistry when working together. So let's see. And about that had a decent reaction from the crowd. The Kings of Wrestling defeated Colt Cabana and Eddie Edwards at 15:03 when Claudio pinned Colt Cabana with a Ricola bomb. Nice work. A 70 rated is great. Kevin Steen only giving us a 28, though. With Rocky Romero off screen. 63 rated match. The matches are great. Kevin Steen was 68 rated. performance there. 54th for Rocky Romero. Package power driver. That means Kevin Steen's won a couple in a row now. If you know what I'm thinking, I know what's going to happen next. The next angle, though, with Adam Cole, where Scorpio Sky's about to turn babyface. Handle changes. We turn him babyface. The babyface turn was complete. Fantastic. Cool. Then the next match, 55 rated. Yes, let's go. Scorpio Sky 52. Adam Cole with a 49. 11:06 pinfall by the Ace of Spades. Nice. So Scorpio Sky picks up the win over Adam Cole. TJ Perkins 56 rated when Roderick Strong defeated TJ Perkins by pinfall from the Gibson driver. They have good chemistry and it lifted the match as well. 56 rated, great. We could be on for a fantastic show here. A video playing the hype of Generation Me versus the main event anyway. 33 rated and that got an 80 rated. Yes, let's go. The match got the crowd buzzing. Jeremy Buck took a stump bump. Good, they showed excellent chemistry. This is fantastic. Look at this. In the 70s, only Max Buck with a 65 rated. Generation Me defeated Peligro Abias, 1950, where Jeremy Buck pinned Paul London with a 450 splash. Generation Me make defense #1 of the PWG World Tag Titles. What a show that was. What did it give us, though? A 62. Let's go. The show increased our popularity in one region. Amazing. I'm buzzing with that. Right, okay. So we need to thank those guys again. But so who did really well again? It was the Kings of Wrestling. So we need to thank, where is he? Chris Hero. Kevin Steen did very well as well. And who was I'm going to go with El Generico. No, actually, I'm going to go Paul London because I didn't thank Paul London last time. So, yeah, I need to point them out or give compliment on a good performance. That's what I'm going to do. Praise for a great performance. There we go. Scene please. Scene pleased. Scene please. Fantastic. Right. There we go. Well, I hope you enjoyed this first little episode of Total Extreme Wrestling. Actually, Mia's booking it. I know a lot of you wanted to see that. But of course, let me know what your suggestions are down in the comments, matches you want to see, etc., etc. And I've got a short list of wrestlers that I add in every now and then of wrestlers that I want to see at PWG. So if you have any that you want added to the shortlist as well, let me know. Thank you very much for all the support on this channel. I know the My GM videos tend to be the favoured ones, but with the game being so broken, it's nice to do something different. Hopefully I can bring this one out once a week and you can enjoy it on the weekend. Right, I will leave you to the rest of your day. Thank you very much. Make sure you're subscribed. See you later. Bye-bye.